Hi everyone, it's the Bookfather. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you're watching this video. For today, I decided I would give my opinion and review of the first three books in the Throne of Glass series. I'll try my best not to put any spoilers in this review. So, starting at the beginning. So, Throne of Glass, we meet our main character in a slave mine. She's quickly taken from that slave mine to the royal palace with the bargain that if she wins a certain tournament and becomes the king's royal assassin, then in 5 years she'll be set free. No longer a slave, just set free. So in this book, other than our main character and the king, we're also introduced to one of the king's sons, Prince Dorian. We're introduced to the Master of the Guards, Chol. We're introduced to a princess from a land across the sea. I'm trying my best to pronounce it. Niemi? Niemi. Captain of the Guards was Chol, sorry. Niemi. And several of the other competitors in the tournament. Now our main character does, it seems that she goes through a romantic spell with one of the other characters while she tries her best to win the tournament. And in the midst of that, she finds a connection to the country's past king and queen, the queen of which deems her the only one to be sent on a secret mission to free her country. When the tournament ends is when this book ends. Now, for this book, for me, it didn't entice any feelings, good, bad, or neutral. It was just reading it, almost like an assignment. By the way, I got this book thanks to our fellow booktuber, Danni Darling. Anyway, like I said, that it didn't entice any feelings from me, good, bad, or indifferent, which might be why, at least in this copy, the end of the book has the first few pages of the next book in this series. So, for this book, I would give 3 out of 5. In the next book, Crown of Midnight, we once again join our main character, Selena, as she takes on a new role in her life and tries to do the best she can with what's expected of her. Meanwhile, she's still on the same royal quest that the previous queen has put her on. Now, in this book, 3 major things, in my opinion, 3 major things happen in this book. Our main character and the captain of the guards become much closer than either one of them expected during their time in this book. One of Selena's closest friends befalls to a tragedy, and Selena's journey, physical journey, takes her somewhere she never expected to go again. Now, unlike Throne of Glass, in Crown of Midnight, there was at least one episode, one situation that triggered honest feelings from me, which made the book more of an intrigue of how things were going to end. The situation that triggered the feelings for me was not completely resolved in this. It was almost buried and wanted to be forgotten, but it wasn't resolved. So by the end of this book, our main character, like I said, is sent to a place she never thought she'd see again or want to go to again, but is forced to do so under certain obligations that she made. So for this book, just as enjoyable as Throne of Glass, but with it enticing feelings coming from me in at least one situation, I'd have to give it a small leg up and have 3.5 out of 5. Which brings us to the third of the first three, Hair of Fire. Now, just visual observation. As the series progresses, it may not be fair since this is paperback and the other two are hardcover, but as the series progresses, the books got thicker and thicker. Still not a deterrent for me to read it, but so in this book, like I said, our main character is sent to a new land, with a mission of royal decree and a personal mission of self-value and importance. We also follow, once again, the captain of the guards as he tries to learn as much as he can about the royalty that he's been sworn to protect. We follow Prince Dorian as he finds what might be his first true love. And we're also introduced to the witches, the clans of witches in the countryside. In particular, we follow one of the witches, Manon, yes, and her mount, Abraxo. Now, we're led to believe, and several of the other witches follow the belief, that one thing that makes the witches more powerful is the fact that they were born with neither a soul nor a heart, which allows them to be as evil as they wish. As we follow Manon and her mount, we are shown that there's still the possibility for goodness even in the most evil of people. Now this book, see, just for me, no feelings on that and triggered from this. Feelings triggered at least once from this, and this book had 2 or 3 situations that triggered feelings from me while I was reading it. Didn't make the book harder to read or more of a struggle. It actually made continuing the book that much easier. Much like our main character in this book is sent on an official mission and decides to take a personal mission on, we're also found that the main character throughout the first 2 books she's been persecuting herself. She's been wanting to endure as much pain and suffering as possible. And unbeknownst to her, one of her enemies will try and use that internally to destroy her. Try to. So, all three of these books are a good read. I took the most from the third book. I liked the sideline stories of both the characters we already met in the first two and the new character. So 3 out of 5 stars, 3.5, and 4 out of 5 stars. Now, the end of the book does leave you with intrigue, but I'm not sure, just my thoughts, I'm not sure there's enough intrigue that we're left with at the end that entices me to continue on with the series. Now, after making this, I may change my mind. I don't feel as though I will right now, but I might change my mind later on. No, 4 out of 5 if I didn't already mention it. So that's my take on the first 3 books of the Throne of Glass series. One thing that I did enjoy from the Throne of Glass that didn't involve our main character, Selena. Actually, it was tested several times thanks to our main character. Is that throughout all 3, Prince Dorian and the Master of the Guards, Chol, they've been best of friends since Prince Dorian was a child. Since way before they came to the slave mines to take our main character out on the basis that she would be involved in the tournament. It's tested several times over. In the second book, it seems dead and gone from at least one of their perspectives in the third. But when all the chips are down, when there's direct danger, threat of life put to one of them, we find that their friendship was never really in danger. So I always liked Chol throughout the whole series. The third book, that's just another reason why I rank the third book higher than the first 2. Is the test that both of them are put through and the way they come through it at the end. I think that it showed what a true friend, almost family, is really like in real life. Yeah, I think that's all I want to say right now. I wonder if any of you have read any of the first 3 books in the Throne of Glass series and what you thought. If you liked them as much as I did, on the same incline, or if there was different opinions or feelings. I'd like to discuss it with you down below. Hope you like this video, share and subscribe, and until next time we speak, everyone, try to have a good day.